Do you have any kind of indication of what kind of revenue this?
Yes, the estimate is for this fiscal year, on 3/4 of the year, we're implementing it in October, that will raise $2.5 million as a result of the sale of the bags. And it will reduce on the other end, disposal fee. We're estimating about 20% for this year, which is hopefully not too aggressive, but you know, we allow for that in the budget as well. But there will be a reduction in our cost that we have to dispose of the trash. So less tonnage.
How much is that?
About $400,000.
Okay, so you're going to generate roughly
2.9
2.9
savings and
3 million. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you.
My name is Ashiana, I'm from 62 Fairmont Street. My question is about the seniors inside City of Malden. Already they're having a hard time, a lot of them not being able to afford medication. I work for doctor's office myself, and I see some of the older ladies that can't even afford the medication that is needed for them. I just give them... A lot of the senior citizens, they come to our office not being able to afford the medication. Some senior citizens can't even afford the medications that are needed to be able to take care of themselves. Or some of them even deprive themselves of food. How are they going to afford these trash bags if they can't even afford their medications, or they can't even afford the food that they can be able to eat that is nutritious for them? What do we do then? So do we tell these senior citizens, I'm sorry, you have to pay $2 a bag and have to deprive yourself of that $2 maybe co-payment for the Medicare, which the Medicare doesn't cover a lot of stuff for them? I work for gynecologist's office. They only cover every other year pap smear. A lot of people have history of cancer. They are denied that already. They're denied certain medications that they have to pay out of pocket. So what happens to those seniors that have to pay those $2 a week at this point, or $4 a week just to throw their trash out? Because that's not already in place for October 6th for them to get those free trash bags. So what happens then? I'm not a senior, but I'm really concerned that I see patients in my office all the time come in and tell us that they can't even afford their medication, mind food if they want to replace that medication. What happens then?
Well, the City Council has what's called an elderly or senior exemption under consideration. Again,
Well, not yet.
well, I'm just trying to answer the question. That's the explanation. Whether they determine that somebody of low income, somebody of senior citizen status should be entirely exempt from the program, partially exempt from the program, that's what they'll take under consideration.
How long do these people have to wait? Are they going to stop taking their medication so they can take the trash temporarily? That shouldn't happen. That should be something that was already in place before October 6th, that you know these people are going to be taken care of. These people are the ones that worked hard all their life to take care of, you know, our country. And, you know, I just feel, I'm not a senior, but I feel like these people worked all their life paying taxes, and now they're going to have to do with trash bags. They have to pay money out of the pot for medication. They're not even allowed to get certain, you know, treatment done inside the doctor's offices because the Medicare don't cover it. I just feel like they're treated very poorly, especially if the City of Malden is not going to make sure that this is done before October 6th for them. I think that would be very unfair.
I understand your point.
So when is that going to be taken care of?
As I said,
Me as a taxpayer, me as a house owner, I mean, to me, I think a lot of other people owning houses would rather, that have a reasonable income, would rather pay an additional tax on the house, a little higher tax on the house, than to have to worry about throwing the garbage inside of the bag.
we're not allowed to tax. We're not allowed to tax any higher than what we tax now.
Okay, and then their senior citizens have to worry about buying trash bags they can't afford, and you're saying it's not in place yet. So when is it going to be put in place? Is it going to be put in place
The program has been
next
voted.
year?
No, the program has been voted. It'll be implemented beginning on October 6th.
And will it be passed by October 6th?
Oh, it's already passed.
No, for the senior citizens.
Oh, the exemption, you know, you
Can
can,
someone answer that?
the City Council,
I feel like that would be unfair.
they may be taking it up as part of their agenda when they come
Maybe
back.
taking it up past it.
Thank you for
Taking
your
it up
comment.
past
We hit it.
it. Help the seniors.
Over here.
Man.
No.
Guys,
No. He's had it. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Maria from Floral Ave. I understand prices go up, expenses go up, it goes on everywhere. The only problem I have with this is that if you had added a trash fee, yes, the city would stay clean. I'm looking at it right now. They left their trash here. Okay, and
That's mine.
that's yours, sorry. But that's, and I know the city of Malden has been spending a lot of money cleaning it up. I've talked to Chris Simonelli, he goes around looking for dirty places, cleaning them. He came by, cleaned near our house. But it's just gonna get worse because there are a lot of people that are looking at, gee, can I make those bags, sell them for less? Can I go around and dump my trash somewhere else? I'm gonna go here at night. I just think it's the wrong way to go.
Yeah, that's again, a valid point well taken. My response is, we looked at the idea of implementing a residential fee. That would pass the cost directly onto homeowners, not onto residents. And again, in our effort at looking at the fairest way to implement the program, it was to put the price point on the person who's generating the need for the service. And harder to implement. It's a little bit more confusing at the beginning, again, but something that much more delivers much more encouragement for recycling. The experience on fee-based communities is you really don't care. It's another added fee. You're paying for it whether or not you recycle. So recycling is not kind of a byproduct of implementing the program in that way, and we hope that it will be citywide this way. So I understand your point, it's just a different way of evaluating the program.
There's other ways to promote recycling would have worked. The other thing I have is tenants, for example.
Yes.
You're saying that they have to go pay for these bags.
Yes.
I know many tenants that are not going, they don't want to do it. And you're saying that the trash will be, a sticker will be put on it, it'll be put back on your property. Who do you think is going to take the burden of cleaning up that trash?
Oh.
The owner is.
As I explained earlier, trash will be taken away. It's not the intention to leave trash unattended throughout the city. There's also a corresponding intention to make compliance happen uniformly. We're going to deal with that in as practical ways we can, but there'll be no trash left in the community.
So the trash will not be put back on my property if someone else left it?
I think I went over this question earlier with a woman, but a typical situation would be if it's left in front of your house, rejection sticker would be put on it. Sometime later in that day, a compliance officer would come back to try to determine what they think where the generator may be from. They'd certainly probably knock on the door. If it looks like just somebody walked out and put it out there on the sidewalk, they'd probably try. And if it happened on a weekly basis, obviously they would probably assume.
That's not what this flyer says.
What does it
The
say?
flyer says that they will put a sticker on it and then return. The flyer says that they will put a sticker on it and then return it to your property.
If they believe that it's generated from the property, they'll do that from the property owner, right?
And so that it
And I'm sure with some customer service efforts, did you forget to comply? You just intentionally violating? There's obviously that kind of dialogue that has to go on. If there's somebody just says, look, I'm not putting in a bag, and it's mine, and it's going back on their property.
No one's going to admit to it.
But, well, I'm just saying, that's one hypothetical. But, we won't be putting it back on unless we know for sure that it's been generated from the location that it may be sitting in front of.
Okay, thank you.
So,